The Diary of Annie Frank. The title of the lesson indicates that this is an extract from the pages of the Diary of Annie Frank. Though very little is informed here, but we can make out who Annie Frank was and why she actually started writing the diary. Moreover, we can also get an idea about the personality of Annie Frank as he starts writing in her diary as Dear Kitty. She informs us about her gregarious quality of mixing around with her friends and having fun in the classroom. Let us read on and see what exactly happens in the classroom. She writes, Saturday, June 20th, 1942. Dearest Kitty, our entire class is quaking in its boots. The reason, of course, is the forthcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form and who will be kept back. Half the class is making bets. Jen and I laugh ourselves silly at the two boys behind us, Cian and Jacques, who have staked their entire holiday savings on their bet. From morning to night, it's you are going to pass. No, I am not. Yes, you are. No, I am not. Even G's pleading glances and my angry outbursts can't calm them down. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back. But teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. That's a very interesting analysis done by Annie Frank about teachers being the most unpredictable creatures on earth. It's really true that you can never understand the mood of a teacher, whether she or he is angry or in a good mood, and thus you would never can understand when she or he would push you to the next form or detain you. And that's what all the excitement about in the classroom that day. Everyone seemed to be very concerned and anxious. The meeting would really decide their fate. The boys have even had done their bet by staking their hard-earned pocket money. But nevertheless, it was a good thing to do rather than sit out and just ponder about the whole matter. But Annie Frank can be seen very excited here. I'm not so worried about my girlfriends and myself. We'll make it. The only subject I'm not sure about is maths. Anyway, all we can do is wait. Until then, we keep telling each other not to lose heart. This paragraph is giving us an insight into three important facts. Number one, the girls in the classroom are more intelligent than the boys. Number two, Annie Frank was not so strong in mathematics. And number three, Annie Frank was quite positive and confident that she might get through. So this is another personality trait of Annie Frank. I get along pretty well with all my teachers. There are 9 of them, 7 men and 2 women. Mr. Keesing, the old fogey who teaches maths, was annoyed with me for ages because I talked so much. After several warnings, he assigned me extra homework, an essay on the subject, a chatterbox. A chatterbox? What can you write about that? I would worry about that later. I decided. I jotted down the title in my notebook, tucked it in my bag, and tried to keep quiet. Now, this paragraph too reveals a lot about Annie Frank and the society and time she lived. Number one, the fact that there were 2 women and 7 men as teachers in the school point out that very few women venture out to work at a school or any other places. Number two, Annie Frank hated her mathematics teacher and referred him as an old-fashioned person. 3. Annie Frank was talkative. She loved talking in the class. This is why she got an imposition to write an essay on Chatterbox. That evening, after I had finished the rest of my homework, the note about the essay caught my eye. I began thinking about the subject while chewing the tip of my fountain pen. Anyone could ramble on and leave big spaces between the words, but the trick was to come up with convincing arguments to prove the necessity of talking. I thought, and suddenly I had an idea. I wrote the 3 pages Mr. Kissing had assigned me and was satisfied. I argued that talking is a student's trait and that I would do my best to keep it under control. This paragraph speaks about Annie Frank as a very dutiful student. She not only completed her homework that evening but also took the pain of writing her imposition. An essay is a pretty long write up, so she did not want to do it dishonestly like the other children would do by leaving spaces and completing 3 pages. But she was a very thoughtful child and she decided to write up something that is very convincing and would really impress Mr. Kissing. The paragraph also highly speaks about Annie Frank's matured way of looking into things. She debated on the issue of talking in the classroom in a very diplomatic way, and she pointed out that children cannot do without talking, and she loved talking particularly. However, she also promised that she would try her best not to talk a lot. Now that's all for part 2. We'll get back with part 3 of the video in the next class. Thank you.